What's poppin', everybody? Hello and welcome to Popcorn Culture. My name is Ben Carlin and I am your host. Here with me today is my brother Jay, who will be in every episode.
Yes, here we are, Ben. I am back. I think I'm still a little full from Thanksgiving.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I had 3 of them.
You had 3?
I had 3 Thanksgivings.
Okay, I just had one.
Just one, which was at your house.
It was at my house. You were there.
I was. Which, guys, by the way, if you need like the ultimate Thanksgiving Day experience, you need to go to Jay and Beth's house.
Yeah. That was the ultimate Thanksgiving Day experience.
You guys did so great.
Thank you.
I'm always so impressed. Like there's like a really like. I think that this becomes more of a thing the older you get. Like you remember like when you were a kid and you thought like your school teachers lived at the school because it was just like hard to comprehend them having like their own home life and potentially kids and relationships and all the things that come with adulthood.
Yeah.
Like and then you get older and like tax season rolls around and you like call your mom or your dad or whatever and you're like, how does this work again? Because I'm pretty sure I'm doing it wrong. And it's like there's these like skills that I think we believe magically manifest into ourselves when we become adults.
Right. Yeah.
And the truth is, at least so far for me, I feel like the experience is like the rollout is a lot slower than maybe I expected. Obviously there's plenty of things that we do that are very like adult, well, that sounds bad. Not like that, but like, mom is like, I'm not going to listen to the pop anymore. You guys, you've taken it too far.
We have kids,
No, we have kids. Yeah. We do have kids. You're right. That's a good point. Put that image in everyone's mind. No, like launching the boat for the first time. Like when I went to Vermont without mom and dad, like the idea of setting up other people's fishing poles or something like that. They're these like tiny, small rites of passage that are things traditionally like done by your keepers, by the people who are taking care of you and guiding you and doing all those types of things. And like Thanksgiving dinner, the art of cooking a turkey, like, it's like you might have a turkey sandwich.
It's like nerve-wracking. It's like I am in charge of the turkey.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah. Like it's not like turkey's like an unusual meat to eat like throughout the week, but having a fully prepared turkey is not like, it's a very ceremonial thing.
Yeah, I mean it's the symbol of the day. It's the star of the show.
It is.
I mean, it's not everyone's favorite thing, but it is at everyone's house.
Right.
Like
yes.
everyone made a turkey this weekend, and doing it is like, if you're hosting, you're probably the one making it. Right. And like people are like, everyone's going to try it because it's the turkey. And it's like that, that is the one, like you don't want to mess it up. You don't want to mess it up because that's like, this is Thanksgiving, we eat turkey. Boom. There you go.
Right. Like it would be so hard to go and be like, oh my gosh, like the house was beautifully decorated. They did such a good job cleaning, everything about it was wonderful and glorious. The turkey kind of sucked.
Kind of not so good.
Like really like dry. I think of like Christmas Vacation where like cut into it. It's like a hot airbag.
Right. It's like all the meat is just gone kind of.
Yes. It's like what even happened inside of
I
there?
know. It's just like dehydrated and
Have you ever done, and I know you have, I'm asking rhetorically, but like like the Jiffy Pop popcorn where it's got like the aluminum foil and you can like cook it on like a hot eye or like over a campfire or something, and it sort of bubbles up and creates this like bladder, and then when you're done you go through and you cut the top off, or you like cut into it kind of like a sear, and like a whole bunch of steam and stuff comes out. That's what I always think. Like every single time I cut open like a Jiffy Pop bag, which is, to be clear, is like one time per year, but I always think about the Christmas Vacation turkey.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I don't think I've used one of those since we were kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, missing out. Honestly, I bet the kids would just love it.
I bet they would. They already like making popcorn.
Right.
The way we do it. Yeah. Which, by the way, if you're not making stovetop popcorn, like I really urge you to try it as the host of a show called Popcorn Culture.
Yeah, I mean, just take three tablespoons of your cooking oil.
Yep.
Put it in the bottom of like a medium-sized pot that has a lid. Throw in 3 kernels of popping corn.
Like medium-high heat.
Medium-high heat. Oh, yeah, thank you. Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. Yeah, give it a few minutes. Let the 3 kernels each pop. That's going to let you know that your oil's hot enough. Dump I usually do a half cup.
Half cup. That's what I do.
Of dry kernels in there, and put your glass lid preferred so you can see what's going on.
At this point, I would put in a teaspoon of salt on top.
Oh.
Put in the kernels, then put in a teaspoon of salt on top. Shake it up, get all the kernels coated.
Okay.
Then put the lid on.
Pro tip there. Okay, go. I haven't been doing that. I'm
gonna
have to start.
Wow,
yeah. So you don't have to salt after the fact. You salt during the fact.
During the fact. Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. And then, then give it a good shake the whole time. Kind of keep those kernels like properly rolled over.
Yeah. Well, the reason you shake is not even. It's like I feel like some people are like, you got to shake it. That's like making them pop or whatever. It's like,
sure.
What you're doing is as they pop, some are getting caught in the now fluffed popcorn. And so you're shaking it so the kernels will fall to the bottom and get cooked by the oil.
To trickle back down.
Yes.
See, I always think of it as like evenly roasting like a chestnut over an open fire.
Yeah.
Just to be thematic. But like I almost think of it like, well, you want to kind of get that nice golden. I mean, kernels are already kind of golden in color.
Yeah.
But like, a nice even heat. Mm-hmm. That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it really matters, but I do it.
I eat roasted chestnuts like literally once a year, and it is at Dickens of a Christmas, which is this like downtown Christmas event that happens every Friday in Roanoke. And there's always this one little area where they have a model train just sort of going in circles. Or maybe it's like a whole track setup or whatever, but there'll also be a guy in the middle roasting chestnuts, and he'll just hand them out to you. And that is the one time a year, every year I have them. I'm always like, these are so good. And Beth's always like, I don't even really like these. And I'm like, you're crazy. These are amazing.
You're wrong. I'm eating yours.
Yeah. I was like, this is why I don't even care about the trains. I wanted the chestnuts. That's why I came over here. And then I don't never once have I even tried making them myself, even though I think they're really good.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, so anyway, that's our stovetop popcorn recipe.
There you go.
You can call it the Carlin way if you feel like it.
Yeah. You know what? If you really want to get fancy, instead of doing the salt at that point, that's when you can do the sugar too.
You could do sugar,
You do sugar there, and then guess what? When
corn.
it pops, kettle corn.
Instant kettle corn.
That's it. That's, make your own. You're welcome.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Advance.
Yeah.
You can pour on the melted butter afterwards if you want,
I usually do
toss
that.
it.
Yeah.
I usually don't because I find it to be like I just like regular salted popcorn so much. But Luke loves the butter.
He loves the butter.
And so now I've been adding it, and it's like one of those things where it's like once it's on there, I'm like, it's so much better. It's like really good.
It is really good.
I know. It's so good. And I'm like, no, it's like it makes it so much worse for you,
I know,
but also like not that much worse.
Yeah, I mean, I think of it just kind of as like a treat, It's like it's fine, and especially now, like where we've like started doing like an established movie night with Addison.
Yeah.
It's definitely like the whole experience, and she loves like the M&Ms. Like she'll dump the M&Ms into her popcorn and everything to like have it be like this sweet and salty, wonderful concoction. And so even that, like kind of like going on the pilgrimage down to the convenience store, you got to start them early with things like this,
Convenience stores or popcorn?
No, convenience stores.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I mean, you know that I love a convenience store.
I absolutely know you do. Are you hoping, or now are you bringing her to the convenience store hoping that she too shall develop a love of convenience stores, or so that her convenience store cup will have been appropriately filled as a child such that she doesn't feel the never-ending draw of the convenience store?
I think that there's something about witnessing your dad's like raw passion for something that just gets instilled into the youngins.
Yeah.
And so I think there's no two ways about it. She's going to be a convenience store kind of kid.
How do you have like a way of judging feels like a harsher word than I'm looking for, but I'm going to use it anyway, of judging a convenience store.
Oh, no. See,
or is it just sort of like I'm here for whatever offering you have, and I'm open to that experience?
See, it would be like being like, I love dating. I married my wife, and I'm with her forever.
Right.
Like that's it's like one of my favorite things to do is date my wife, who I am married to.
Right.
And only her.
Right.
Like that's my relationship with the convenience store. It's like,
okay,
you find your one, and then it's like you're diehard loyal.
Right.
Like I don't get the same kick like when I'm like on a road trip stopping in a convenience store, which I do, you know. Like I'll go in and get my travel payday. That's my travel food.
That's your travel food. It's a payday.
My candy of choice.
It's really good.
Yeah. And so I mean there is something different and nice about that. But my convenience store is my convenience store. And everywhere I've ever lived, I've always found
it.
I found the one.
Okay.
But
when you're like out on the road stopping for this is just like a quick pee break and you run in to like grab a drink, you're not like, wow, you know what? You know what I really like about this one is that they've taken the time to add this section of candy, which isn't in most places.
No. But I will say that when we were out west on tour and we went into that one and they had like a collection of liquors, including the rare bourbons that we are like constantly on the hunt for.
Yeah.
I love that.
That was good.
That was like walking into like a store where they were like, we have rare stuff. And it was like, how?
There is an absolute novelty to living in a state like Virginia where they do not sell liquor outside of the ABC store.
Right. We have like a designated store system that handles all of our liquor, but you can't buy it at the grocery store and you can't buy it at convenience stores.
Anywhere like that. You can buy wine at those places and beer at those places, just not liquor.
Right.
But so when you're in then a place where all of a sudden liquor is just like at the convenience store, it's just like, oh my gosh.
It's like they're allowed to do this?
They're allowed to do this. What fun is this?
So will the cops come?
I know, like, should we get some? We could do it. It feels illegal, but we could.
we could. No. Yeah. So there's that as far as convenience stores goes.
Yeah.
I also realized that like this occurs to me because I've also talked about my love for taquitos, which is sold in specifically 7-Eleven taquitos.
Yeah.
And specifically the like taco and cheese flavor.
Got it.
So it's like, while I say I like taquitos, it's like same thing. It's not like I'm a connoisseur of all taquitos.
Right.
I like those.
Right.
And those are the ones that I like, and they are amazing and delicious. And I'm starting to realize that maybe like my own personal, like, because I think like some of like my in-laws and stuff would be like, Ben, you're a little bit bougie. And I'm like, I don't know if that's always true.
Mm-hmm.
There are things that I like to do more specifically, but then at the same rate, like when I flew out and I decided when I flew out to get my latest tattoo in Los Angeles, which yes, bougie. Like I went to a ridiculously far away place to work with a very specific artist to do a very cool thing. And I don't, no regrets there.
Right.
However, like I get to the hotel room that night and I realize that my impulse was to do the exact same impulse I always have whenever like Alice is away for like a night or whatever, which is to order a Pizza Hut personal pizza.
Is it real? Is that what you got?
Dude, I love the Pizza Hut personal pizza. Like the little, they used to sell them. Yeah. And like you get one sometimes for doing like the accelerated reader program.
That's my relationship with the personal pan pizza at Pizza Hut, was that like every month, if you got like so many points for accelerated reader at school, you get a free personal pan pizza.
Right.
And we would cash in on that all the time. Yeah. No problem whatsoever. And so that was the thing, is that I was like, I get out there, and of course, I mean, to be fair, I've been traveling all day. It had been a very, very long day. It was raining like crazy in California, which usually is not doing. And it was night and it was dark and I was tired and all those types of things. So I was sort of working with like a DoorDash menu in the first place. Right.
Like that's kind of like what I was going off of. But I could have ordered something that was more like California specific, but I was like, you know what? It impacts no one but me. And I want my personal pan pizza, my breadsticks. And you know what? I also got the boneless wings.
Wow. Look at you.
I know. I couldn't even eat it all. It was too much food. But I was so happy. Like I was just sitting there and I was in bed. I was watching the TV show You on Netflix, which Alice hates it.
She hates it?
Well, it's not that she hates it. Alice, I think at this point has decided that like when we get to the end of our day and we've got Addison down and we're going to go sit on the couch and try to like enjoy the last dregs of like energy that we have left, she doesn't want to watch something that's going to stress her out.
Oh.
And something about stalker, semi-serial killer status like seems to get to her.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't understand what's bothering you.
Yeah, what's the problem here?
Right, yeah.
Puts them in the box.
Right, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's like then he keeps moving the box.
Keeps moving the box.
It's like, are you serious?
You keep being like, how'd you get that box there, man? The box is a character.
The box is a character. It truly is. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I was sitting there eating my personal pan pizza in bed in the hotel watching You, and I mean, it was pure bliss.
Yeah.
Like, but this is a thing. Like, I mean, that is like my guilty pleasure.
Right.
Like
just like simple guy. You know?
The
I just want my personal pan pizza.
The DoorDash guy rolled up and I, went out and I was sitting in the lobby waiting for him to arrive. And he's like, "Hey man, how's it going? You visiting?" And I started giving my like whole life story. I was like, "Yeah, I'm here for a tattoo. Also, this is like my favorite meal. Thank you for bringing it. Like, I know you didn't make it, but you brought it to me.
You brought it.
I now have it because you exist."
Exactly.
Yeah. So I just, and then I gave him a hug and we exchanged phone numbers. We're pen pals now. No, I'm just kidding. The rest of that stuff didn't happen.
Yeah.
I mostly was just like, "All right, man, have a good night."
Yeah.
And then I walked back to my room and I ate it.
There you go. This is so funny to hear because like typically whenever it seems like pre Addison being in your life, I feel like there was a lot of like Saturdays where you would just sort of have like alone time where like you did not know like how to exist almost. Like just what do I do? Like I'm at home, I'm by myself. No one's making me do anything. I can literally do whatever I want. But how do I do that?
Dude, I struggle with it so bad. And I genuinely think that this is something that dated back to like high school, maybe even pre-high school days. Like when I go back to like the early like adolescence for myself, like I would be like before social media, there was AOL Instant Messenger, which usually like if I got home at the end of the day, it was like I would get on AIM.
Yeah.
And I would talk to my friends.
Right.
And then with the advent of texting, it's like I was pretty much texting my friends throughout all day, every day. So like so the established order was almost that like even like when I was alone, I wasn't really alone.
Right.
And so like even that was like a layer of what was going on. And then as I got like a little bit older, it would be like if I had weekends free, any available time, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, whatever, it was like I would have arrangements to go see friends. And so it was just like I never ever was spending time alone.
Right.
Like at all. And I used to envy your ability to do it so well. Like you would get like posted up in your bedroom, you'd have your whole like station, you do all your stuff. It just seemed like the most inviting place in the world. Like the way that you would do it, I'd be like, man, he's just like, I don't know how he's doing it. I don't know how he's so good at being alone. I was terrible at being alone.
But maybe you weren't because like I feel like what's interesting about this is that where the difference is obviously where you are is like you were alone on this trip, but like not at your house, right?
Also true.
Right. Like
also true.
At your house, there is like there can be a certain amount of like, well, I am alone, but like if I'm alone all day and like Alice comes home and like the dishes are still dirty, like that I will feel bad for that or something.
Oh, certainly. Yes.
Like
yeah.
like not that she would necessarily be mad. It would just sort of be like, well, how ridiculous was it that I didn't take care of that in an entire day worth of free time?
Right.
And then that's a slippery slope where it's like, can I ever sit down if there's one more thing I might be able to do that's productive? But like in this case, you are completely by yourself across the country in a hotel room, and it's like there's not one more thing you need to do. There's nothing. You have literally no responsibilities even available to you.
Right. Yes.
Like, so then what do you do? And you're like, and what you did was you got all of your favorite things and had a great time.
Right.
Like you can do it. It's just like you need to go to extreme lengths to literally remove the opportunity to be like productive or responsible.
It's true. And I will say that like that productivity and responsibility is limited to like things that I can do physically. So like if I'm home, like like on those days like where it was just like me by myself, like pre-Addison, like I would do laundry, I would wash dishes, I would wash the cars, I would mow the lawn, I would pull weeds, like anything physical, no problem at all. What I would hate doing is going and like sitting at the computer and like I wouldn't never like go sit at the computer and be like, I have like 2 hours to be productive. I should go work on a script for Tuesday.
Oh, right.
Like, I don't think I would ever go and do like work.
Well, like work. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Like, yeah, that's like home work life balance. But this is like, that's like work. And this would be like homework.
True. Yes. So like literal homework, like not what the school sends you home, but like work on your home.
Right.
I quite love.
Yeah.
Like I think I do. And I think on some level, I probably even enjoy doing those tasks. But then that's where like society can also sort of like an interesting thing, because you like come home or like you go back to work on like Monday or whatever. It's like, hey, what'd you do on Saturday? It's like you had all day. It was like, well, I did chores, you know?
Right.
Like, and it's like when you say that, you're like, was that fun? Was that a good use of my time? Like,
yeah,
it doesn't sound very thrilling. It doesn't make for a good story.
No, I mean, it can. It's like because a lot of it can be like very rewarding to go do that stuff. Like this past weekend, I like finally broke down all the cardboard in my garage.
Heck
and
yeah.
It's like one of those things, like every weekend I'm like, okay, I need to do that this weekend. And then, we're busy and it doesn't happen.
Right.
But I'm like going through and I'm like getting towards like the bottom of the pile. And I start realizing like, man, I remember like, I think Beth sent me a picture of buying these toys with the kids, like when we were on tour, And I'm like,
sure.
like, oh no, it's been like months since I've done this. And it kept being like, I think I'm done. I'd be like, nope, I found another box over here. And then whatever. And I got it all out and it was just like, oh my gosh, the garage is like so much nicer.
Yeah.
Now it's like, it's so much stuff gone. And I found a good trash hole at the dumpster. So I was able to just throw it all in like one fall swoop. I didn't have to fight anyone to get physical or anything.
No assaults whatsoever.
No assaults were had. Yeah.
Man, there's nothing better than going to the trash hole and not having to assault someone.
Let me tell you, I went through the entire first line of dumpsters and I was like, this is a classic 101% capacity dumpster situation here. But fortunately it was only the first dumpster was like that. The second one was at like 95, which is in dumpster terms basically empty. Yeah. There's plenty of room for 5% more stuff.
Right. I mean, maybe even 10.
Maybe. Yeah, exactly. At that point, 95. I mean, you got 10% more dumpster to work with,
Everyone knows we can fill it up to 105.
Exactly.
Then we're good.
Yeah. Unless it is bursting at the seams, there's room.
I mean, like literally no joke. I can't tell you the amount of time in my life, like, and it's probably like, this is like one of the, like you asked the question once upon a time that was like, which toilet have you spent the most time with in your life?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like one of those things where you have to like go through and be like, well, where did I live the longest? And how old was I? And was I potty trained?
Exactly.
And, all those types of things. And so it's like, it's actually kind of funny to be like, oh my gosh, it must have been the one at our childhood home because like that was the longest stretch I ever lived anywhere.
Right.
And where was, and like, so for me, a weird stat that I could ask them, like when I get to heaven or whatever, would be like, how much time did I spend relative to other human beings inside of a dumpster? Because I bet it's over 20 hours.
Really?
Physically in a dumpster.
In a dumpster? Doing what?
Mushing it down to make room for other stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like when were you doing this?
Oh, all the time. Yeah. I mean, well, in my back in the day when I worked at my first job at Petland, which was like my first 2.5-3 years of doing like a job. One of the requirements, if you worked in the fish and reptile department, was you handled all the trash. So like
for the whole store?
For the whole store.
Oh.
So there's an entire retail store's worth of like huge boxes and bags of dog food and pallets and bird food and like, just everything.
Yeah.
Like, hamster wheels and
right. Something comes in, they take it out of the box, gotta break down that box.
Right. So like I would get to, the end of the day or whatever, and I would go to the back and they'd have this giant like loading dock area, and I'd take my razor blade, my trusty dusty, and I'd go through and break down every single box, and then you'd go and try to heave them into the dumpster, and a lot of times the dumpster was full, of all sorts of small animal excrement and
stuff. God. Yeah. And you're just in there, you have to climb in there.
You climb up in there. That's right. Yeah, you got to shut the side door so that nothing piles out while you're up there.
Sure.
Then you climb up on top and you're jumping up and down trying to get it to squish, and it does.
It does, yeah.
You get there in the end. But then, we move to...
Trash is weak.
It
scrunches right up.
I get to win.
Yeah.
And then we moved to Ultimate Aquariums, which was our store in Daleville, Virginia. And sure enough, we also had a dumpster. We also sold aquariums, which meant we had lots of like big boxes and stuff for everything that came in. So same thing. I'd have to huck them down there, jump the dumpster, do the same thing. I had an area outside of my apartment at Radford that used a dumpster instead of like small like trash cans or whatever. So like the it wasn't an apartment complex, it was a church that they converted into a series of apartments.
And
we all had the same same dumpster. Same thing, had like that 105% problem where it was like by the end of the week, so oftentimes if I had to get stuff in there, hopping on up
There
in the
you
dumpster.
go.
Then when I have my warehouse for aquarium stuff, same problem again. And yeah, so I mean, just throughout the years of my life, I've spent like hours, 20 plus hours.
Just in dumpsters. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at you go. Man, I did not know this, that you spend so much time in the trash.
Living that dumpster life.
Living that dumpster life.
Yeah.
You're a regular dumpster goblin over there.
I know. All I can hope is that like I'll get up there and they'll like pulling up all my stats and I'm like, well, no, here's a weird one. You were first prize out of everyone in dumpsters. And it's like you have like hundreds of thousands of hours of this and that and in dumpsters.
Yeah. I mean, there's got to be other people who
there must be people who would beat me in dumpsters. I know this. I know there are some people who dumpster dive as like a hobby.
Right.
Those people almost certainly have me beat.
Right.
But I mean, I would say that like if you're not like in dumpster, like on dumpster talk, so to speak.
You're on dump talk.
Dump talk, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad place.
It does sound like a bad place. Maybe don't go check that out.
Don't go check that out.
Yeah. Everybody's like www.dumptalk.com.
Do you remember in high school dump day?
I do.
Do you? Okay. Yeah, that I feel like this was the class above me, the class of 2005 at Cave Spring, and they were trying to do something called dump day, and it meant like a different thing to every single person in their class, I feel like.
Yeah.
But there was a guy whose last name rhymed with dump, and so largely it was like posting the same like funny picture of that guy everywhere. But then it was also just like it just turned into like dump anything. So there'd just be pictures of like dump trucks everywhere. And they were trying to like make like a whole dump day happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quit trying to make dump day happen.
And the thing was, they let it get too big too fast.
Yeah. It seemed like they like got in like trouble for it.
Yeah. It seemed like they got sniffed out. And I feel like dump day was this like long awaited like thing that was going to be like this really funny day of, celebrating dump.
Right.
And then it got like squashed ahead of time and whatever. It never happened.
It never really happened. Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of potential energy.
There was a lot of, it felt like, like it never really.
But that's I think that was the problem, is that it got too big for its own good.
Yeah.
And then the administrators were like, no, we're not doing this.
Right.
I mean, I don't know that one of the ideas was to like put a dump truck on the roof of Cave Spring High School, but it doesn't upset me to think that it could have been.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like overhearing people planning like filling like the AC vents with tiny like confetti sized pictures of this guy such that they would start blowing out of the
That would be pretty good.
That would have been pretty good.
That would be pretty good. Yeah. I mean, on an alternative note, I've also just heard of just getting like, like truckloads of packing peanuts and then just like dispensing them into like the principal's office. I mean, I don't know how or where. I don't know like who agrees to like to sell such a commodity to young lads. But maybe someone knew a guy.
Right. If that happened and you were the principal, do you feel like you'd be like, I need to punish the students responsible for this, or you'd be like, they got me?
I think I'd be like, the best thing I can do here is have a sense of humor about it, because anything else is just building a wedge. And it's like sometimes like it's a fine line, because you don't want to reward like destructive behaviors, and I do think that things like this can become
like you don't want to get like out of hand.
Right. The thing I always think about, I give this example for like way too many different things, but like on like a space shuttle launch, like if you're ever like watching any of the movies, sometimes if things are going wrong, they'll say, we got a shimmy. And a shimmy is basically just that like under enormous pressure, the rocket or whatever vessel is going into the air. A shimmy means that there's like vibration happening somewhere that's not supposed to be there. And usually that vibration is only going to get worse, or something is physically going to break off.
Right.
And rockets are built in such a way that they rely on proportional weight distribution.
Right. A lot of symmetry.
Exactly. To operate effectively. So if you lose a fin, all of a sudden the rocket's going to leer to the right and explode.
Right.
Because it's not going to be hitting the right atmospheric checkpoints or whatever. But I feel like you could like, if you fill the pack, like let's say I'm a principal of a high school, I open up my door, packing peanuts, blast out, like a wall, and it just like comes down. I could be upset, or I could laugh about it. I feel like laughing about it is the right way to do it, to like communicate to your pupils that you're like you're a man of taste.
Right.
You know, like, well done.
Right.
That was funny.
Yeah. That would be very fun. I mean, I think it is funny. It's like, you got to clean it up.
You got to clean it up.
That's going to be the frustrating part.
It's going to be the frustrating part, but I think you just got to lean into it.
You just got to lean into it.
Or maybe like that's the punishment, is it's sort of like, all right, here's what we're going to do. Those responsible, I will order pizza. You have to help me come clean and we'll eat pizza.
Right.
You know, and
Right.
it's like, then it's sort of like your punishment isn't really like a punishment. Like, I'm not like sending a note to your parents or like, you know, giving you detention or something like that. But like, come hang out. We'll eat pizza. We'll clean up. It'll be fun.
I think you could take it a step further. You could be like, hey, like, instead of like, you're right. Like, you could be like, hey, listen, like, hilarious. If you are responsible, please come help me clean, or I'm looking for volunteers or whatever.
Right.
You don't have to like accuse people. Just be like, I would like help doing this. If I can get volunteers to come help me clean it up, I'll just buy pizza for the whole class, you know?
Yeah.
You just drop like 100 pizzas in the cafeteria, you know?
Right. No problem.
Boom.
Yeah.
You know, schools have lots of money to spend on pizza like that.
Absolutely. Surely they've just got bags of money laying around.
Like, you got bags of packing peanuts.
That's exactly it. Yeah. It's like, here's what we're going to do. We're going to sell it to all the local UPSs. Use the money.
Yeah.
See what we're doing here? We're getting inventive. We're getting
Right,
inventive.
exactly.
Instead of taking a perfectly good packing peanut and throwing it to the dogs, effectively.
To the whales.
To the dumpster gods.
Yeah.
Yeah. To the whales. Do you mean the real whales of the world?
Yeah.
Like via pollution?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Good point. Instead of throwing it to the whales, nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that.
Right. Yeah. Protect the whales.
Protect the whales, man.
Right. They're amazing creatures.
Right. You don't want a bunch of dead whales washing up on beaches.
You don't.
No.
You don't. Did you say that to see if Isybelle would laugh?
Yeah.
In the future? Somehow we made a beached whale joke like the first week that Isybelle was here. And then like a week later, the first ever whale washed up on a beach in Virginia. And it was like, oh no, what do we do?
I know.
Yeah.
Did we do this? And then I was watching a show on Apple Plus, which is like, oh my gosh, why can't I remember it? It wasn't great. It was like about this like uppity
Palm
beach.
Royale?
Yeah, Palm Royale. It's exactly it. And there's literally a scene where there's a beached whale and they're walking out to it. And like one of the ladies is like, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. And I was like, what is happening right now?
Why is everybody laughing at beached
everyone
whales?
laughing at beached whales all of a sudden?
It's like, this is so not in.
You know,
It's like beached whales, never funny.
until now. Until now. Man.
Anyway, all right. Transition. We had to get as far away from beached whales as humanly possible.
yeah.
Look, and I brought it right back.
You brought it right back to the surface.
Jay, your boy, young Lukester,
Yeah.
is 8 years old.
He is 8 years old. Luke celebrated his birthday over this past weekend. It is like the Thanksgiving break is always interesting for me because it's like we take Thanksgiving and Black Friday off and then we have the weekend and it's like it should be like this nice little like 4-day break and it's like I mean it was still good to like have time off and stuff, but it's always incredibly busy.
It is
because we hosted Thanksgiving as we said, and then Black Friday is just like it's either clean up from Thanksgiving and or go shopping. We ended up I took the boys to go see Zootopia 2 with you.
Yep.
That was
great.
fun.
Actually, and on the note of Zootopia 2, without giving like a full review, it was good.
It was good.
Who knew?
Yeah. Zootopia 2, good stuff.
Yeah, I thought they picked up right where they left off. They kept everything.
I mean, literally, it's like the movie takes place like a week after the first one.
Yes, yeah. It's really crazy. So anyway, yeah, I it was a movie that like I feel like Zootopia to me has always felt like, as far as the Disney umbrella is concerned, it almost feels like an outlier, like as if like the style guide for it is like
I agree,
mildly different. Like it almost has like a DreamWorks-ness,
right?
To
like
it
doesn't feel like a Disney movie,
right?
But it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, but yeah, I thought that was really fun. It was a very unexpected surprise because the thing I was mostly excited about was just going to the movies with Addison and you guys. And that ended up being wonderful. And Addison was adorable, though she spilled lemonade all over my lap. No problem. We got through it.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay. At one point in the movie, I guess, did she want to come sit next to Luke? Was that it?
No. So we had like a row of seats and we actually had our friend trainer Gabriel come with his two kids, and you were not all the way down was the problem. You hadn't gone to like the furthest seat in our row.
Okay.
And so the other people showed up on the other end of our row. And they were like, you're in our seat. So we had to make room for them. So we were supposed to shimmy shake everyone down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she came to sit next to me at one point.
Well, I thought that you were going to move your boys down as well.
Oh.
And everybody would just move down.
I see.
But it's okay.
I got it. I see what happened.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Well, anyway, what was funny was that, so I guess you moved Addison down and then she was sitting between me and Luke. And I think she watched the movie that way for about like 3 minutes or something, you know? Yeah. But she's like, she turns to me or she starts like calling for you like, daddy. And I'm like, oh, what do you need? And what do you need? You know, she's like, I need my daddy. And I was like, okay, like, can I help you? Like, what can I do for you? And she goes, you can get my daddy. I was like, cool, Luke, get Uncle Ben.
Yeah. She was so cute. But yeah, so she came down and because there was like a weird, traffic jam or whatever with the seats, whatever. So she just sat on me the whole time and she like is leaned back with like our lemonade on her chest. And all of a sudden I feel like my pants just soaked. I'm like, oh no. And then Addie, like, she went through in the past year and a half, like potty training and everything. So, all of a sudden she feels herself wet and she's like, Daddy, I need new clothes. And I was like, I'm also in the same camp as you right now. Mm-hmm. We're just going to wade through it.
We're just going to wait it out.
We're just going to wait it out. Yeah.
Lemonade's like such a bad thing to spill on your pants.
It really is.
It's really just the wrong color.
It's the wrong color. Yeah. Yeah. Also just having like this area of your body completely soaked. Just not, I mean, it's
not comfortable.
It's not great any which way, but it's okay. We ended up being fine.
Yeah.
No complaints. Anyway, so sorry. Luke's birthday weekend.
Yes. So we did that on Friday, and then Saturday is Luke's birthday.
Hey!
And this will be the case like pretty much forever, that it will be like on the Thanksgiving weekend.
Right.
Luke's birthday can never be on Thanksgiving. It is the 28th is the latest Thanksgiving can ever be, because that is like if Thursday is the 7th day of November, then it'll be the 4th Thursday, which will be the 28th.
Okay, got it.
So it can never get to 29. But so anyway, Luke's birthday. He, despite having a decidedly, I guess it's still technically fall, but it's, freezing outside. Winter birthday, managed to get a pool party going.
Yes, indeed.
We went to the I don't even know what it's called, Splash Valley?
The Green Ridge Rec Center.
Yeah, Green Ridge Rec Center, also known as like Splash Valley in the summer when the outdoor part of the water park is open.
Right.
Yeah, but this was just more like the indoor park. It was a pretty good little party there. A lot of his buddies showed up, and we had some friends from out of town who were able to show up as well. I think they all had an absolute blast at the party. It was fun seeing everyone, get in the pool in the middle of November.
Yeah.
We did a lot of that.
Oh my gosh. I know. I woke up and I was like, my brain was so not in like bathing suit space. I was just sort of like, how is this going to work? What are we going to do? But we ended up getting out there. And when we had gone to the Great Wolf Lodge, a couple of years back, which if you remember, we have a pretty scathing review of. It's not our favorite trip we've ever taken. Which I was also sick then when we were there, which I don't think helped my matter at all, because it just meant that, like all the congestion and blah, and you're surrounded by all these people, and it's just but Addison was a little timid to go like get super involved with all the like pools and slides and spray bars and all those types of things.
Yeah.
But, so this is like a very, very, very small version of that, but still a pretty big room altogether. But she went in the water and I'm there in like streets. So like my jeans, like shirt and everything, she would not get out of the water. And so like you guys are leaving, all the kids who attended the birthday have left. I am there like by myself with Addison.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like hollering at her. I'm like, Addison, like we need to go. Like we have somewhere else we need to be. And she's like, no.
She's like, what are you gonna do about it, Dad?
And I was like, I am literally helpless.
She's like calling your bluff.
I know. I was like, I can't do anything.
Right.
Like, and I wasn't about to go ask a lifeguard to go get her, because I was like, that would mortify her forever.
Right.
And so I'm just sort of like, oh no. It's like, I can't get her back. And so like other parents like looking at me, and everybody just thinks it is the funniest thing in the world. And I'm like, we're supposed to be going to like a Friendsgiving this night. And I'm just sort of like, Addie, we need to go. You can have candy if you go. And like, and then I'm getting like judgmental looks from people, and I'm sort of like, oh gosh,
oh no, I'm bribing in public. Yeah.
I know it's like, oh, this is not good, but there's nothing I can do. But she eventually got out.
Well, that's good.
The
that's
point
good.
I'm really trying to make, she had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did you see my text that I guess your nephew Noah was there?
Yes.
And I thought you were going to say like, oh my gosh, I went and got him and he got in the pool or something.
Oh, well, so that was the thing. So this is very interesting. So Noah is my brother-in-law Mike's son, and he is someone who I was like there the day he was born, and he is now, he'll be 16 next year in March. I know, and it's crazy. And so he's like, I've grown up with him. He comes on vacation with us, like all sorts of stuff. He is just a very, very, very sweet, but otherwise very quiet kid.
Yeah.
And which is fine. It's really cute to see him like when he comes out of his show and stuff. But so when you texted me that Noah was there, the thing that I know Noah does at Green Ridge Rec Center is go and shoot hoops. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like one of the things like that, like me, like I'm always just so curious about is like what Noah is like around like his peers.
Right.
And so I was like, oh, this would be so interesting. So like, me and Addison get all dried off, she's in dry clothes and all that. And so like we go over and there's like a nice big like window that looks into the gymnasium. And so we just like watched him shoot hoops for not long, like 2 or 3 minutes or something. But I was just like, this is so crazy. Like I'm seeing him like in the wild.
I know, in the wild.
Like where he like, cause it's just happenstance that we're in the same place at the same time. But man, he has got an amazing jump shot. I was like,
oh yeah.
Yes. I was like, that was like, he jumped up. I mean, it was like perfect form, ball overhead, perfect flick of the wrist, and it like soared in with like that like college swish.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. Oh man, I was so impressed. But I didn't get to really like take in like anything like really anthropological about the experience, But it was still pretty interesting.
That's cool. Yeah. I'm always like, I always wish I could be like a fly on the wall at like, my kids' classrooms.
Yeah.
Just to like see what they're like in a setting completely away from home without like, mom and dad being there.
Right.
Just around your friends with like, no pressure or anything.
I know. Yeah. It's such a rare thing to be in on, but then also you kind of feel a little bit like you're not supposed to see it. Like that's supposed to be like their privacy.
Right. I mean, yes, exactly.
So anyway, but yeah. But no, it was really cool.
Yeah. That's pretty fun. Well, I'm glad you got her out of the pool eventually.
I did. Thank you. Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, Addie, we have mermaid fingers, which is what she calls like pretty fingers.
We have mermaid fingers.
We got to go.
You don't want to get mermaid face now, do you? I know Ariel makes it look really good, but not the same for us.
Right. Yes. She's hand drawn.
Hand drawn.
We
they
are
can
not.
Just draw the wrinkles right out.
Right out.
We get all wrinkly.
All wrinkly.
Wrinkly. Ain't no good. No good. Yep. But okay, so so Luke's birthday then also meant that I was on like toy assembly duty for the day, as you are.
Naturally. You get to do it in such rapid succession between Luke's birthday at the end of November and then also like, less than 1 month later is Christmas.
I know. I'm like, Christmas is coming right up. I'm going to be right back in there, I'm sure, with some other mad contraption that came in a box, and now I'm spending Christmas Eve assembling it and whatever, hurting my back.
Dad life.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a very brief aside, and I'll let you get back to it because I know you got stuff. But one of the very funny things is Addison has this big like National Geographic floor puzzle that we do that's like all the 50 states.
Oh, nice.
It's one of those things where like I have gotten to the point where like sitting crisscross applesauce on the floor with her hurts my back.
Oh.
And so it's like one of those things where like I was sitting there, I was like, God, this really hurts my back. And I was like, I'm just going to tell her that. I was like, Addie, can we do this at the table? This hurts my back. And now she keeps being like, Daddy, can we go do Lego? And she's like, we can do it at the table since I know sitting on the floor hurts your back. Like, so sweet.
Dude, I have two little things. After I got this, the vasectomy, which we talked about a few months ago.
Yes.
My kids love to come jump on me all the time.
Naturally.
And that was like a big no-no afterwards, you know. Right. And like same thing. Like they're so used to just running at me full speed and jumping on me on the couch or whatever. We had to like really sit them down. And then they would come up and be like, I just can't jump on you yet because your crotch hurts. And it'd be like, yep, that's right. Thank you. Correct.
You got it in one.
Right.
Yeah. Man, what an unexpected X-rated episode for us.
I know, right? I know.
We joke sometimes that the pop is PG-30, which is that it's not necessarily specifically appropriate or inappropriate for people under the age of 30, but it becomes far more appropriate over the age of 30.
Right. So then also you just talking about like your back hurting or whatever. When I was getting dressed this morning in the locker room, I was overhearing a conversation between like two older gentlemen who were also just like changing and getting ready to go work out,
right,
or whatever. And one of them just comes around the corner and he goes, "Oh man, you're just like back pain, man. You just keep coming back."
That's what he said to you?
Not to me. They were talking to each other.
You're just like back pain.
I was like, that was really funny. But then as the conversation progressed, I feel like it could not be clear that the guy who said that, he was really talkative, and the other guy was just like, I do not want to talk to you.
It's like you are kind of ruining my whole quiet solitude.
I know, right? It's like, I'm trying to, you know what? I'm going to go. I'm getting in the pool. See you. Bye.
Right. That's it. If I get in the pool, you can't talk to me out there.
Exactly. It's very solid. Yeah. It's hard to talk in the, you want to swim together? It's like, we'll be near each other while we're swimming.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Not much speaking though.
Not much speaking, You just got to focus on your breathing and stuff like that. But so anyway, what I was assembling for Luke on this day. If you don't know, my son Luke loves the store Target.
It's such an unexpected turn.
I know it is. He likes the store Target. I mean, he has got a little stuffed animal that is the like Target dog. It's got like a little bullseye on his eye.
Yep.
He calls it Spot. It is one. I mean, he has many stuffed animals, but I would say it's in his like top 5.
Okay, I mean, that's
it
good.
Makes the rounds.
Yeah. Sure. It wouldn't be unreasonable for him to be upset that he didn't have it.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Okay, right.
He will specifically, wonder where it is by name on occasion.
Okay.
Including this weekend, although it's probably because of some of the other gifts he got. Another thing he got was an Optimus Prime Transformer.
Okay.
But I would say the fact that it is Optimus Prime or a Transformer at all is really secondary to the fact that if you know Optimus Prime, he's like a big truck. Yeah, like a semi truck. This truck, this version of Optimus Prime is a Target branded truck.
But it's still like Transformers, Optimus Prime.
Transformers brand, Optimus Prime, Target collaboration.
Okay.
Yeah.
The crossover we were all hoping for.
The crossover we're all hoping for.
Back in the day it was Survivor season 1. Do you remember the big like tarp they had was a giant like bullseye for Target?
Oh,
do you remember that?
I do. Wow. Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean that was like before Target was like Target. I'm going to Target. It was like still like a much smaller thing or whatever. But so Transformers and Survivor, the unexpected Target brand deals.
I know. So he had that, and then the big gift this year was like a Target playset in the form of like a cash register like checkout stand.
I'm pretty thoroughly impressed. Like you sent me a picture and it's got like the little like the things you grab at the checkout counter. It seems like it's got like little cardboard cutouts of like bags of chips or candy bars or packs of gum or something. Little like a little conveyor belt. Does the conveyor work?
You know what? There are 4 separate things you had to add batteries to for this checkout conveyor belt station. Okay. And not one of them was making the conveyor belt move.
Wow.
Yes. Instead, for that, there is a little hand wheel that you can crank and it will make it move.
Interesting.
And I was like, you guys made spots for the table duder to doot, for the bar, like the gun duder to doot, for the cash register to beep, and for the credit card machine to beep when you slide a card in it. I had to put batteries in all 4 of those things, but the conveyor belt doesn't move.
I wonder if that's like a like fear of child's hand getting sucked into the vortex of.
It's very possible, but of all the things, the main feature of the checkout stand
doesn't
operate without you having to crank it. And then it's such a tiny crank. It goes like 1 inch per like full crank. It's like,
oh no.
Fortunately, it's also a very small checkout line. So,
that's good
about it. And then again, with a bunch of like prop foods and stuff. So you can, get your little Target, reusable bag and fill it up with your groceries and bring it to the station and dude it. And it came with a little phone that is, it's just got a sticker on the front, but it's set to the Target app.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So you can use all the discounts.
I love it.
You've got your Target branded credit card, I'm like, boy, they are selling it thick. All the groceries are like things you can only get at Target,
Here I am being like, I'm starting to add a young with with convenience stores. And it's like, yeah, no. So, okay.
Well, Ben, I'll tell you what, it's almost the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Because whilst you are passionate about convenience stores.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't like Target.
I know. And it's like, you sent me the picture on Saturday night of the Target checkout thing. And I was like, this is very ironic.
It is the most ironic because I really don't like Target very much. And I mean, Beth was laughing at me too. She was like, the absolute irony of you having to spend I cannot tell you how intensive this build was too for toys.
Yeah.
I mean, there were so many pieces. To say I had to screw in like over 60 screws or so.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, fortunately I've got, electric screwdriver.
But I mean, yeah.
Coming in clutch.
Right.
Well, I got the batteries out and stuff, But it took at least 3 hours of assembly.
Wow.
Just like doing it. And she was just laughing at me like of all the things that you have to assemble, this Target, and then we have like this big red station in the house.
Like the bullseye.
With the bullseye on it, everything. And she was just laughing. And I mean, for good reason. And it is just sort of a great example of how like there is a certain like irony to life and how like parenting can come like full circle and be very poetic at times or whatever.
Yeah, like restorative healing maybe.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain it?
So I'll explain it for you guys. And I will tell you the story, and just know that it is absolutely a story of me this is probably still the dumbest thing I've ever done. And I have carried the shame of it around with me for well over 18 years at this point.
A literal lifetime.
Yes. It's like I have been, since this has happened, I have lived longer than before I did when it happened.
Yeah.
So like a literal lifetime has passed and yet I still feel embarrassed about it. And it's just like, I was like, this was happening this weekend, and I just felt like it was like the universe telling me, like, you got like, you can let it go. You can like, you should tell this story because like, like the thing is, it's like, despite my own experience with Target, like Luke, he doesn't know my story about it at all.
Right.
So his enjoyment of the brand is completely innocent and like unbridled, and he just like he has so much fun with it.
I mean, yes, and right, and they've gone to extreme measures to make it fun.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, what happened is that when I was 18, it was just after my first semester of college.
Yep.
And I was home for winter break, and it was like, it had been a tumultuous first semester in terms of like, me and Beth had started dating the summer before college.
Yep.
And so we'd had like a really like, difficult adaptation to doing long distance dating and stuff. And, juggling like really intense feelings for each other and then like not being able to be around each other. And, long distance is just hard.
I mean, long distance is hard, and then couple it with both of you being incoming freshmen at college.
Right.
Which is also just sort of like, like the the thing about, anyway, everybody gets it.
Everyone gets it.
You are entering effectively like the most primed dating pool known to man.
Right.
Which is, you are surrounded by X thousand number of appropriately aged people in the exact same stage of life with the very similar set of ambitions.
Exactly. And, you're both set in that situation. Neither of us had cars. And this is even before like smartphones or anything,
Yeah.
This is just like back in the earliest days of ye old Facebook.
Right.
And I don't even think, I think the phone I had was like a flip phone,
Right. And Skype probably wasn't a thing.
I think we had iChat.
Okay.
Which did have like a video feature.
Okay.
It wasn't great, but even so, we didn't use it that much.
Sure.
Or anything. Anyway, long story short, we had like just broken up. At like the worst possible time too, like right at the end of the semester.
As you're about to come home.
As we're about to come home, right in time for exams and stuff. Really good mental state to be in.
Yeah.
And I think it was just like, really mentally tearing both of us up. And then it's like, part of the problem is that you haven't been around each other. But now we're about to be in the same city again for a month while we're home. And then it was just like we're gonna, let's I think I was like, back and forth, but then it was like, no, like, let's try and, work it out kind of thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, spoilers, we get married and have kids and everything's great. Yay.
You celebrated 10 years of marriage this year.
So anyway, but yeah, first semester of college, hard. Anyway, I was in an absolutely terrible mental state at the time in terms of like the emotional upheaval of it all. And I think at the time I was like, I was trying to like think of like something we could do together that would be like fun. And what I landed on was, I thought it would be fun to like teach her how to play Yu-Gi-Oh!, which was the card game I'd played, a bunch in high school and stuff.
Yep.
But in lieu of wanting to like go and revisit all of my old cards and like build decks, I was like, I'll just go get some starter decks or whatever.
Right.
But I didn't have any money to do that. Because they're like, they're like so expensive. Not that it's going to make it okay or anything. But so my solution was to like, just take them myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Without paying for them, right? Not a great decision at all. Not cool, not smart. Don't steal. It's dumb. It's bad. But I went to Target, and this was that, and that's like sort of like what, and I don't know. I really don't know what I was thinking, but I know that as I was exiting, I got called over by the head of security, and they were like, "Hey, what you got in your pocket there?" And it was like, "Oh God." It was exactly as terrible as you might think.
Yeah.
It was extremely embarrassing. I was already just like completely out of my mind with like stress and like emotions anyway. And then all of a sudden I'm being like detained in the back of a Target for a $20 deck of cards, which is the most stupid thing ever. And I am like barely comprehending like what they're talking to me about. Like there's going to be like, like court dates, and it's like they're, it's like you're trying to listen, but also it's just like, what is happening right now? Like it feels like the whole world's imploding on you. And like
it's a very, you're like, it's like we were kind of saying earlier, it's like you're dealing with a very adult scenario, right, as someone who's been adult for 10 months.
Right. Exactly. And so like, it was a really dumb decision to ever to even ever do something like that. But there was like, I had to go to court. And, you see those little black eyes in the skies or whatever at, like stores and stuff. And like, if you're thinking like, oh, wow, those cameras are pretty far away. Well, they can zoom in just so far. They are all in effect and someone is back there watching them. So,
yeah,
they are better. They are very good cameras. And it was, I don't know. I guess it was petty larceny, really. And there's, like penalties that go with this stuff like that. And, I had to go to court and everything. And it was like a very, it was so embarrassing that it ever happened. And I just never should have done anything like that. And ultimately, like, I went to like counseling and stuff. I went to, I did some like community service. I did, I got like letters of recommendation from like people in my life and stuff. And we brought it all to court and whatever. And they ultimately ruled it like, no contest, which is not like innocent or guilty.
Okay.
But what it typically means is that, like, whilst they won't, but you still have, it's like you are going to be punished as if you're guilty, but not like recorded that way.
So it's not like on like a record.
It's not like on your record or something like that. But that did mean that I ended up having to spend 4 days in jail, which was still just the worst experience, just absolutely terrible. And like, I don't really tell the story very much because I just continue to feel so ashamed by it and embarrassed. But like, I when I think back, I'm like, boy, the spending 4 nights in jail for like a deck of cards seems like very severe. But maybe not. I don't know.
No, it does. I mean, it seems like, you just hear about like all sorts of stories of like things that kind of go wrong, kind of like bad, situations, like whatever. And it feels very, very, very harsh, like for what it was.
Yeah.
But like, and like, I know, like, obviously, like I was there. I went and visited you like while you were, in jail, like me and the GMA went. And if you ever hear someone ask me like, what's your favorite like bad joke? It's like, what do you call a sheep with no legs?
Yeah.
A cloud. And I remember our friend John asked you that joke while we were in there, and like you came out and we're like through the glass and everything.
Oh my
it's
gosh,
all just
I
like
know.
so miserable. And I saw you smile, and it was like one of those things that was just so like impactful.
Right.
Like it was, I mean, it's going to sound really strange to describe it this way, but it actually was like a very like special moment. Like I think what it was, for like our group of people, it's like, I don't think any of us, we didn't have any judgment over you. I think we just felt bad for you. It was just like, this just sucks. It sucks the way this went down. Like all of this is just like so ridiculous. But like, I felt like there was like a very like through thick and thin kind of thing that was like demonstrated.
Yeah. I mean,
in that moment
there,
like,
I mean, absolutely. I mean, you're right. I do remember that. Like it didn't feel like, you guys didn't feel like you like judged me or anything. Like Beth also came to visit me, which was great. And that was like one of those moments where you're just sort of like, yeah, I think we're going to make it,
Yeah. Right. Yes. Yeah. I like to be able to like to see through all the chaos. And I do think in a lot of ways it makes certain things just like that much more human. And I mean, honestly, like I'd say I was very like I am proud of you. Like you came in this morning, you were telling me about, the Target booper and stuff like that. And, of course, like when you sent me the picture, like the thought crossed my mind and I was like, I know why this is ironic. Like I understand the layers of like the situation or whatever, but like, I know also early on, like I similarly shared like, my weird story of getting in trouble when I was also 18 and I also had to go to jail. And it was like, it's been like one of those things that like, our team has known about it, like whatever, like we've talked about it. It's like, it's come up. And I always know this is kind of something that you've kept to yourself. But I also always suspected that part of like you keeping it to yourself was like this, like your relationship to the situation. But I feel like it is a cautionary tale. It was a dumb thing that young kids do. Young kids sometimes do dumb things, but also in no way ever since then have you ever like, it's not like you fell into some weird trap. And like, that's why I think it's such a good story to share with the world. It's like, you can make a mistake. It doesn't make you a bad person. That did not define who you were. It is not like a part of who you are. It's not like you are someone whose morals like I look to, as like someone who I can look up to every day as like a guiding example for me to be like a dad and a husband and a brother and like all those types of things. So it's like that like, to me, I think it's so helpful for the world to hear a story like that, because I think when you make mistakes, sometimes I think people redefine themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely such a big mistake, and I will say it's like and I hate that it happened. I hate that I ever did it, but then in a lot of ways, like I feel like there was a lot to learn from it.
Yeah,
like I don't. I will tell you this, because like I don't think I've so much as like taking a pen from the cup at the at the bank or something,
right. Yes, it's like they're there for you to take.
They're there for you to take.
I'm not even gonna test it.
Yeah, I'm like I don't, and it's not like I've noticed times where I've like accidentally held something. I will like make sure I go it is like, because I remember when I was like walking back, there was like the bailiff or whatever, and he seemed very unimpressed with the ruling, or whatever. But I remember him saying to me like, "Once a thief, always a thief," and I was like, and I remember like I think about it all the time.
Yeah,
and because what he meant wasn't like what am I trying? Not that like he wasn't saying like, I know you'll do it again. It wasn't like, I don't think that's what he meant. I think it meant like, if you've run a marathon, you'll have always run a marathon,
Oh, I see what you mean.
Right.
Like, it's sort of like you get the scarlet letter that you get to carry with you forever.
Right.
Now.
Like, like even if you never do it again, you did do it or whatever sort of thing. And it was just like, it was like that. And I remember hearing him say that, and it just felt like it, like, you're right. Like, it felt like it like branded me or something.
Yeah.
In my brain. And just like, I don't know. It was...
I personally find it to be the exact wrong message. And like,
right.
I think that's exactly what I'm trying to say about you sharing now is like, it's like, do not let people convince you that because you've made a mistake that you have to carry this with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Like, it's just not how people need to see themselves. It is like, it's not saying like go out there and make a mistake and everything should be forgiven or anything like that. Like, the consequences suck. Like, I can tell. I'm watching your body language. I can see you. Like, I know it's like uncomfortable to relive these experiences. And I think it speaks to the discomfort you had attached to all of it.
Yeah.
It
was a very uncomfortable experience. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is no doubt. Yeah. I mean, but yeah, like, I mean, it's just like, I think what it really helped. I mean, I don't know. It's like, it is the idea, like, I think there was like it did, I feel like it rewired my brain, like, in a bunch, like, like, not to steal or not to, break the rules or whatever. But so often I feel like when you're growing up, it's like, don't break the rules, because if you do, there will be a consequence or whatever. And it's like, that is, I think, like, it's true, and it keeps you from breaking the rules, but it doesn't necessarily reinforce why the rule exists, or like really why you shouldn't do it. Because the reason not to steal something isn't because you might get caught or because, something bad could happen to you.
Right.
The reason not to do it is because it is a morally wrong thing to do.
Right.
Right. Like, that is like that is the difference. Like, it's like you took something that does not belong to you, and that is the wrong thing. It's like when even like, driving down the road or whatever, like one of the reasons I hate driving so much, like on like the interstate and stuff, is because I can never be in the right lane no matter what. Like, if I'm in the right, like I whatever the speed limit is, I'm like, maybe like 5 over or something.
Sure.
Right. It's like a little bit faster, but like, if you're in the right lane, you're catching people. And then if you're in the left lane, people are tailgating you.
Right.
It's like, for like that, whatever my line of comfortability with the speed limit is not where anyone else's is.
You're too fast for right, too slow for left.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like, it's not good. But then it's like, I I don't really like, I know, and then I know all the people flying past me on the left, like they clearly don't care, they're just like, it doesn't matter. Like, you can go 20 miles over. No one actually cares or whatever. And it's like, that's not the point. It's not that you could get away with it. The point is the speed limit exists
for safety.
Because if people crash, less people will crash.
Right.
So you can stop
yeah.
and not get hurt. And it's like that is the difference. That's why you should follow it, because it's safer, not because you might get a speeding ticket.
Right. Yeah. And I do think that that's where, like, understanding that there are consequences as a young child to developing your own moral compass is exactly what you're describing. And like, morals are something where I think you really start to look at it, because it's like, I'm not going to do this thing, not because I'm afraid I wouldn't get away with it. I'm not going to do it because it goes against my own code.
Right.
And that code is something that I've established as like a way to, be a good example for others, to protect others, to ensure safety for all those around us. It's like it's like a very internal thing for the benefit of a very external everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a hard lesson to learn, a difficult moment in life, but I also think that like, one of the things that I've kind of enjoyed, it's okay to say enjoyed, about what we do with our show here is like, I think you and I both have been able to use popcorn culture, specifically this podcast. We try to be funny, we try to be silly, we try to talk about like all sorts of, different things, observational, whatever. Like we want to be there with you and all those types of things, share our experiences and thoughts. But I also think that like, it's a really great opportunity for us to like sort of unpack some of like the things that like we have experienced. And like, I hope that even that your experience from me, making the big decision to share this story, is that like, it will help you like loosen your own grip on whatever negative feelings you associate with the experience.
Yeah.
Because like, the truth is that like, I don't think you have to hold on to a sense of shame. You don't have to be proud of it. And I don't think you'd ever be proud of it. But like, I think that you can stop beating yourself up. You learned from it.
I mean, yes, I definitely learned quite a bit from it. Yeah, for sure. Like it definitely like, changed like who I was going forward. For sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, it's been, basically an entire lifetime since then.
Right.
Since it happened, but it is sort of like, you're right. Like I really don't like talking about it. I feel like, but in a way, I feel like it's also like part of why I wanted to talk about it was because I do feel like it's like, it has continued to have like a grip on me for, 20 plus years.
Right.
And it's just like, I don't feel like I feel like I'm a different person than I was then.
Yeah.
And, I'm not like a stupid 18-year-old who's going to do anything like that anymore. So I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know if I feel like you're right. I feel like people have these things in their lives that like they just hold very close to their chest, and like we all make mistakes, and at some point you have to stop blaming yourself or like holding yourself like to like that like level of shame for those mistakes, because I think at some point you have to like forgive yourself some too.
You do. You absolutely do. Yeah. And I mean, like, look at you now. You are like a responsible member of society. You live in a wholesome, well put together family. You're a good example for your kids. Like, even what we do out here, it's like, I was thinking about this. It's like, if you were to see both of us at 18 at our lows, and then think about like the trajectory that like lies before us, like how wrong was that bailiff?
Oh, I know.
Right. like, I mean, and it's like one of those things. Yeah. It's like you get entered into that system. And I think that people are so convinced that it's like that there's a gravitational force of that system. And it's like, once you're a part of it, you are now in orbit, and it's just a matter of time until you get to zip back around again. It's like, wrong. Not how it has to be.
Not how it has to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. And actually I want to find it. There's a, you know, as a little call out to, you know, you guys know how much we love Name of the Wind. I want to see if I can find a specific passage that I feel like speaks to the experience that you just went through.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Let's see if we can find it. Oh no, I spelled it wrong. So this is going to be from Wise Man's Fear, chapter 73, Blood and Ink. In a later chapter, less argued and less well-known, Tecum explains that there are two types of secrets. There are secrets of the mouth and secrets of the heart. Most secrets are secrets of the mouth. Gossip shared and small scandals whispered. These secrets long to be let loose upon the world. A secret of the mouth is like a stone in your boot. At first, you're barely aware of it, then it grows irritating, then intolerable. Secrets of the mouth grow larger the longer you keep them, swelling until they press against your lips. They fight to be set free. Secrets of the heart are different. They are private and painful, and we want nothing more than to hide them from the world. They do not swell and press against the mouth. They live in the heart, and the longer they are kept, the heavier they become.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting because there's almost an inverse relationship between those two things. Like, gossip can be problematic. It can make people feel bad. It can create problems with people you love. You know, like, like gossip has a reputation for doing that. And so it's almost like secrets of the mouth are these things that want to break free. They will break free. They always break free. You will probably experience secrets of the mouth, if not daily, at least weekly.
Right.
Somehow, some way, you will hear whispers.
Right.
You know, secrets of the heart are the ones that we hold very near and dear. But I also think that, like, secrets of the heart are the ones that we don't want to share, but probably are the ones that we could share.
Right.
You know, and that is not... it is not to say that they need to be pressed out. It is to say that every single person and every single secret of the heart is a relationship between those two people, or between your heart and yourself. And only if and when you are ready to do so should you share. However, I think that there is a sense of relief that can come with such a thing.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I'm just proud of you. That's the main thing. I just want you to I think it was a really cool thing. I was really just impressed, and I was like, I thought it was, it's not a secret of the mouth for me. It is a secret that I would hold for you. It's not something I need to share with people. It's not something I need to talk about. You know, it's like, I think in understanding your privacy, it's like, this is not something I'm going to discuss.
Right.
But I think it is interesting to see you come to your kind of like own, I don't know if terms is the right way, but willingness to share.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, there was, like I said, it was Luke's birthday. And Luke's birthday is always like especially impactful, I feel like, because that, you know, when Luke was born was like, you know, when our, like, you know, my whole life was really, really, really changed.
Yeah.
You know, that was like a crazy day. So it was like, you know, and like, you know, so much for the better. And I always tell him that on his birthday. I'm always like, man, my whole life changed that day. But so then, ironically, to just be like sitting there building literally a cash register for like Target for this thing like he loves so much. He was so excited about it, you know. It's like, and of all things, like the cash register, you know, it's the very thing I was avoiding that day.
See, we laughed.
And then, yeah. And now I had to build one in my house, and
right,
which it's like, you know, it's just funny.
But
it's just funny.
But even that, you didn't let the demons win. Like it's the kind of thing where you could have unexplained to Luke for the rest of his life why you would not get him that toy, and instead you got it for him for his birthday.
Well, it's like, you know, I think because there's also like a certain amount of like, you know, certainly I haven't shopped at Target. Well, I mean, I have in the past couple years, but you know, for probably like 18 years, I certainly did not.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
But like, not, you know, my kids like to go and, you know, pick out toys and stuff.
Yeah, they are kids.
They are kids. Yeah. And you're right. There could have been like, well, we don't shop at Target because I don't like them because of these reasons or whatever. But it's like at the end of the day, it's like, I can be mad at Target and I can not like Target, but because I feel like, because part of me feels like they doled out such like a harsh punishment or whatever. But at the same rate, it's like it's not even for me to dislike them. I'm the one who did something to them.
Sure.
Right. So it's like that's you have to sort of just like get over it's like I can get over that on my own accord and not like past that like trauma on, I guess.
Right.
So that was and we got it for Luke and he had a blast with it, and we've got our little Optimus Prime transformer and our Spot the dog, and Luke just likes the Target merch, so I think it's funny.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like I said, I think it's excellent to excellent to bring it to the table. I think like I said, in past couple of months when you shared other things, like I think there are people who will benefit. I think it's there are probably plenty of people out there who have their entire life stories, and they're sort of like, surely someone listening right now was kind of like, huh, okay. Like, because you could be someone that somebody else looks up to, and to know that you had this relationship with this situation, like that might help,
Yeah.
And if that can happen, it's like you took a bad thing and you gave a good gift to the world.
Well, I hope so.
You did.
I hope so.
I'm proud of you.
Well, thanks.
All right, guys, we will leave it there for today. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of The Pop. Until next time,
pop, pop.
Today's episode was edited by Isybelle Christley. Vaishon Brandon does our art. Catherine Stein is our production manager, and the show is hosted by me and Jonathan Carlin.